Hey guys, it's Celeste and Charlie with Lazy JX Ranch. So what we are going to do today is I'm going to show you my January 2020, oh my gosh, 2020 setup. That needs to go over there. So this is not the cover I'll be using. This is the Wild and Free 18-month vertical layout planner. But for right now, this is the cover I have on it. I am going to move it over to these cobalt blue discs. If we have time, we'll go through it. Just depends on how long this takes. So I did want to walk you through it. I will be taking it off of these plastic discs because as you can see, one of them is already broken. And these have only been used to store this planner until January of 2020. So I can't have it like that. And I feel like these blue ones will put me in the January mood because it reminds me a little bit of winter. What are you doing? You're being awful quiet. So it will go on these cobalt blue metal disc. But for right now, we're just going to do a walkthrough of how I have it set up. So here is the welcome page from the Dream Seeker planner. And I'm so excited in January. I'm moving into my Dream Seeker. So the Dream Seeker I'll be using as kind of like my brain dump. Well, it won't be kind of my brain dump. It will be my brain dump. Just a way to kind of keep things organized. This is the quarter at a glance. These pages will just be used for pre-planning. That's all they'll be used for. Everything will go on here. Bills due, everything. Everything's going to go on those pages. So this is my January divider. I will not be using the monthly view in this. It will have double-sided tape in here. I will have it set up just like I have my Stargazer set up right now. A little different because it is set up a little differently. But these will be where I track my things. These will be my monthly goals. This will be my things to do for myself. This is where I'll track what I'm reading, watching, and listening to. These are the things where I'll track things that I'm doing to bond with my kids and with my husband. I will also keep track of, oh my gosh, nobody wants to see your snow boots. My morning routines and my evening routines, my top priority for the month. Oh my gosh. And Periwinkle. See Periwinkle? He's a 2000 Beanie Baby. And Spirit. I'm sorry, guys. We have to do this. And the braided tail. Okay. And her belt. Anything else you want to bring up? See her belt? Didn't know that this was showtime. Okay, and so each section on these daily, and her cowboy boots. No more. No more. I mean it. Thank goodness for Thrive, or I'd be going insane right now. Okay, so here I have these broken up into sections. And it's a brain dump, but it's an organized brain dump. So this is where I'll brain dump, you know, and I'll have them all labeled. So, and then these will just be notes. And then we go into my catch-all planner, which is my wrong dashboard. This is an 18-month classic size dashboard layout. So this is my catch-all planner. I really like it because it is seasonal. Okay. And then I have my work planner here. Oh, there's one aspect of this that's missing. I will need my January mini dashboard layout that I use for my social media. This is where I keep track of my social media. So we'll add that in here. And basically, I'm whiting out all these headers. I use this to brain dump video ideas. I use this to brain dump Facebook post ideas. This section to brain dump Instagram post ideas. This to kind of pre-plan my planner videos. And this section, I'm writing down all the videos I have filmed, and then so I can check them off once they're edited and then uploaded so that they don't get lost, if that makes sense. Here I keep track of like my Instagram followers, my YouTube subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and how many views I have on my videos. And then here I just have my daily to-dos. So I just write it all down there. So that's how I'm using my mini dashboard layout, rather than it just sitting there going to waste. So here is my encourager. I will use this to keep track of my sales for the day with my business, because this is my work planner. And then I don't really care for the dividers in the encourager, but I loved my dividers in my empowering women, but I did not care for the layout. The layout was aligned vertical, and I just could not get it to work for me. But the cover and the dividers were absolutely beautiful. I loved every single one of them. So I just have a little piece of tape right here and right there, and it will go, and here's the encourager divider right there. So this, are you okay? Yeah. She just slipped and fell. This, I'm going to track my, like if I have new customers or new promoters, I'll write their names in here and keep track of them here. And then I have plenty of videos on how I use my weekly views. So I plan on keeping that throughout January. This is my budget planner. I write down all my bills here, but that's actually for December. So that's got to go over to my December layout. But yeah, we'll still write the bills down here. Here's where I have a monthly view of the bills that are due. I have already notated when I get paid, because they're the same. How I use this is this first section. I have a, I'm going to have to go get my planner here. Because it's still November, so we're still over here. But I wanted to have January all set up. So this is how I use it. So I have my daily routine tracker here, and I just have this line it up stencil is what it's called. It came in a 2-pack, and it gives you a stencil for the check off list and a line, but I don't use the lines. Okay, yeah. So that's what I use. To write the checkoff list, and I just double it up right here. So this is my daily routine tracker. So this is kind of like a habit tracker. I keep track of the days I said my prayer scriptures, wrote up my gratitudes, my affirmations, personal development journal celebration, and then these are just chore trackers. I list all my bills and all my incomes here, and I'll be doing that every week. And then I just cross it off as it's done. Then I know I have the weekly view of what bills are paid. So this is just your daily chores, dishes, decluttering, laundry, litter box. And here I keep track of every penny that goes in and goes out. So it just makes it easier to keep track of it later. So that's how I use my weekly view in my budget planner, and it's worked out really great for me. I will have, oh, it does have your expense tracker, and here is the bill pay checklist for January. So it'll all be there. So right here, I'll have my home expansion pack here. So this is kind of my budget and home section. I do have my work check. Well, I use the classic size teacher checklist to keep track of who has ordered and when. So they will be added here, and then I have a little note section for training and stuff, for training purposes. So this is my wellness section. That's where Lucky stands on his back. So this is the Be Well planner. Yep. This is a 2020. No, we're not going to, not right now. So this quarter at a glance, I'm going to use to track my steps for the day and my sleep. Because the nice thing about this Be Well planner is it is the Healthy Hero layout. I'll show you. This is the Healthy Hero layout. But you have a section right here. I'll be using this as my daily intention for, this is what my daily intention for the day. This, I'm going to track my meals, okay, and snacks and stuff like that. Here, I'm going to track exercises. And then I'm just going to use, these have little journaling prompts. So it just says today's reflection. Today was thankful for, focusing on, looking inward, daily gratitude, joy of today. So I plan on using this as just kind of like a prompted journal. But here I'm going to track my sleep and my steps. And I do plan on actually filling out this currently page, which I don't usually do. Here I'm going to track my gratitude for the day. And this will just be a gratitude word, basically, is what that's going to be used for. Okay, so that is my Be Well planner. So it's going to be a wellness and fitness tracker. So this is the Pastel Dreams horizontal. And this I'm going to be using as a journal. So it'll be a diary. Okay, it's not, this is all positive stuff. This is how I felt today. So here I'm going to track my moods for the day. Probably won't be using this much. This, I like to kind of get my mind focused on things that I love. So I'm going to write down things that I love on each day. So that's how I'm using my monthly view. And then this will just be my diary. This is what happened today, how I felt, how it went, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, there is no restrictions on that whatsoever. This is my Wild and Free planner. It'll probably go back up into the Catch-All planner, but I was just kind of messing with it. As in the wellness planner as kind of a gratitude, but I think I'm going to use my Stargazer for that. So this will most likely end up back. As a matter of fact, let's hurry and just move it. Just the more, I don't know. I know I bought it for that intention, but it's just, I love having a vertical layout. But the dashboard layout is more functional for me, if that makes sense. And it just makes more logical sense for me. But I do love having a vertical layout. So that'll probably just stay there. It'll be happy where it's at. Okay, so we're back to the Pastel Dreams. This is a horizontal layout. I've had the horizontal layout in the Happy Planner in the mini size. I've never had it in the classic size. So we will see how it works out. If it doesn't work out as a diary, I'll probably sell what's left and go back to and bring the Wild and Free back here as a diary, because that's what I'm using right now as my diary. Is it's actually the Boho Dreams planner. So I use it as a diary. So every day I just write down how my day went. So if this horizontal doesn't work out, if I feel like I don't have enough room to write, I'll probably sell what's left and go back to the vertical. So then I have my stargazer. Here I'm going to track, well, I could move this over to my budget planner. But I'll probably track my wins for the day. Different things like that. But I could move it over to my budget planner. This will be glued together. I will not be using the monthly view. And this will be set up very similar to how I have it set up. But yeah, it'll be, I don't know. This is going to be daily affirmations. So each one of these boxes will represent a day. And I'm going to write down my affirmations. Okay. So I'll have a spot each day for my affirmations. This is going to be my gratitude section. So this is where I'm going to be writing down my gratitude, because the way I write down my gratitude, I write, I am grateful for, and then I write because. So I am grateful for Charlie because she makes me happy. So it's a little bit more intricate than... Yeah. Yes, you do. You make me happy. You drive me crazy, but you make me happy. It's a little bit more intricate than what could fit on this line, but this is perfect for my affirmations.
Spirit makes me happy too.
Yes, Spirit makes everybody happy, doesn't he? So this is my Psalms planner. And I am studying the Book of Mormon this year, which is a set of scriptures that I like to use as well as the Bible, if that makes sense. So I use them both together. But I'm using a study guide called Come Follow Me, and it has it broke down into, this is what you need to study this week, and then it gives you like different things. So I have it all broken down. There is going to be some open spots. So I'm going to be studying what we call, because I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So twice a year we have General Conference. So when I have these open spots, I'm going to add conference talks into them. So that's how I'm doing that. That's what I'm using this quarter at a glance for. And I know if you're not familiar with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, none of this is going to make sense to you. But it makes sense to me, and this is how I'm going to use it. So I have it broke down every day. This is what I'm studying. Here I'm going to write down blessings, like this is me noticing God's hand in my life that day. And then, yeah, you have lots of toy horsies. So the scriptures I have written down here, so I have like January 6th, right? I have 1 Nephi 1. So I would write 1 Nephi 1 right here. And then I would read through the scripture, and I would pick out 4 different points. Hey, shh. I would pick out 4 different points that stood out to me, and I would write them down right here. And then here I would break it down to, this is what I think this means. At least for me, this is what I think it means. And then this is how I'm going to apply what I learned into my life. And that's how I did it all through 2019. And I know 2019 is not over yet, but I stayed faithful with it, guys. Like, didn't miss a day. See? So it's really helped me a lot to study it like this. So yeah, it's really helped me to study it like this. And then here it gives you a section for notes. It gives you a section for blessings this week and grateful for. I'm probably going to buy some label paper and just put it right here, cut it and put it right here, because, hey, Honey, you cannot lay on top of the cats. Let's see if I can find an example. So, like right here, I'll write down scriptures associated with this, with whatever scripture I'm studying. So I use it for additional notes. And sometimes I don't even use it. But for the most part, I do, like, if there's, you know, because the scriptures all correlate with each other, right? So if there's one that connects with this, or if a special thought comes to mind and I don't have room to write it here, I'll write it onto the side. So I may cover all of this up with labeled paper. So that is my faith section. I will put some note papers in here to take notes at church. I would like to get one of the happy notes, the faith happy notes. I might do that, but where's Nod? It's muddy outside, so I have her outside in the mudroom. She still can come in the house, but it's she can only come in the mudroom. So that is my 2020 setup. I think this video is already getting too long, so off camera, I'm going to take these plastic rings off and add these metal discs. So anyways, that's my setup for January of 2020. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I know it's very... No, you're not going to involve or hang up. I know it's very, like, why do I need so many planners? But I have different aspects of my life. You know, I have the religious aspect, I have my work, I have my home, and I have my family and my schedules. And, you know, I have OCD, and I have ADD, and I have anxiety. And to me, it just works. And to have the covers... like, I'm not getting distracted by anything else. Like, this is just my schedule stuff. Because I have these covers that stick out. And so I can't see anything else. I'm not getting distracted by anything else. It makes it easy to find things and to flip straight to that section. So this Transformer / Frankenplan style, because I'm not using both covers. And if this was a true Transformer style... I would have, this isn't the actual cover that goes with this, but I would have the back cover as well as the front cover. And so, yeah, you would just, shh. Okay, but yes, we know you have 2 Sophia the First jammies. So it would look like this was the full planner. Does that make sense? So in a true Transformer planner, that's what you would do. But I keep this in a deluxe cover, so you can't really change that over, and that's not why I like to use the covers. First of all, I get to use all of my covers. That's one reason I like to do it this way. So it allows me to use all of my covers, and they're not just sitting in a shelf, you know, where nobody can see them. It allows me to use all of my covers, but also it allows me to stay in this section and not get distracted because of the ADD. It allows me to not get distracted by the other sections. So here, when I'm here, I can focus just strictly on work and nothing else. Like, you don't see anything else. So for me, this Transformer / Frankenplan works really well for me. Frankenplan is when you take multiple aspects of different planners and you put them together. So this section right here is what you would consider a true Frankenplan, where I have 3 different, where I have 3 different planners in one section, right? So that's the definition of a Transformer planner, is when you have multiple sections from multiple planners and you have them together. The Transformer planner is basically a Frankenplan, but you're using the covers. But like I said, if this was a true Transformer planner, I would have both covers. So So I would take the back of this Empowering Women, or this Encourager, and I would face it with the front cover like this. So the front and the back cover would be facing each other. And so you would just flip it over like this, and it would look just like an Encourager planner, in that there was nothing else there. But like I said, I use the deluxe cover, and so you can't really flip it over like that anyway. At least not without taking it out of its little thing. So there's no need for me to true transformer plan, but it does help to have the covers there. But anyways, I'm repeating myself. But yeah, so that's why I have this planner the way I have it. Some people are lucky enough, and I tried to just have one planner do everything. If you were going to do that, I would highly suggest using the dashboard layout, because I can meal plan here. This is my daily stuff. I have my grocery list here. I have my to-do list here. I have people I need to call here. I have bills, and I have, you know, a free section here. You know, you could use just this planner and nothing else. But for me, it works great as a catch-all planner, but I couldn't use just this one. Because if I didn't have work and social media, and the budget, you know, it's great to have it all in the 1 week, but I need to be able to see multiple aspects of the budget. I need to keep track of my daily spending and the daily money coming in, you know. And then the journaling section, I need to have a place for journaling and my faith. So yeah, it works for me. It might not work for everybody, but it works for me. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and add these rings. Okay, shh. I'm going to go ahead and add these rings. I'll most likely not use that cover. I'll use this cover just because I love it so much. So yeah. So this is kind of my January 2020 setup, and kind of a transformer, like how to transformer plan and how to Frankenplan. So it's multifunctional video. So hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. I'll make another video. If you want to know how... Hey, shh. You're being way too loud.
Okay. I can go Walmart, Mom, and Danny.
Oh, you're going to go to Walmart with Danny?
And Tika.
And get more stickers?
No. Mom, no got stickers. I go.
Hey, you need to get that out of your mouth right now. Thank you. Yeah, if you have questions on how I'm using these planners, how I'm setting them up, that kind of stuff, leave me a comment. I'll make a video answering your questions. If you want an in-depth video on how to Frankenplan, I can do a video specifically on that. If you want to know how to transform plan and the benefits and the cons, okay, shh. I will say that if you're doing more than 2 planners, and you want to transform plan, like the real transform, okay, enough. If you really want a transformer plan and you want more than 2 planners, I would highly suggest getting the expander rings. You couldn't do more than 2 or 3 planners on the classic size rings. In the past, I've kept 3 months. I've always kept 3 months, especially of my catch-all planner in here. But because of these quarter at a glance pages, I don't need to do that. Because I was doing it because, you know, I needed to keep track of, you know, future events. But with these quarter at a glance pages in every one of the 2020 planners, except for a few of the wrong planners. I don't think the 12-month wrong planners have the quarter at a glance pages, perpetual calendar, pre-planned pages, whatever you want to call them. I don't think the 2020 12-month wrong planners had them, but everybody else had, or every one of the 2020 planners has these. So most of my planners are 2020 12-month planners, so they have these quarter at a glance pages. So I don't need to keep 3 months of anything in my planner anymore. So anyway, so I don't keep 3 months in here anymore. So you could do a full Transformer planner with 4 or 5 planners if you only kept 1 month at a time of each planner in there, maybe 2 months max. But if you wanted to do the full Transformer planner with 3 months in advance in there, the front and back cover, it gets pretty bulky. So this is, let's see, how many planners do I have in here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. Plus I'll have the home extension the home extension pack in here. So that'll be 7. Then I have 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'll have 11 planners in here. And these are regular classic sized rings. There is a little bit more I'll need to add to this, but for the most part, this is it. And I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 covers in, well, I counted this one. Well, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 covers in here. And I don't use the covers for every planner. I just have it blocked off into sections, if that makes sense. So this is kind of like a 5-subject notebook, you know, and they'll have little sections in between each subject. So basically that's what this is the equivalent to. This is a 5-subject planner. So anyways, this is my planner for 2020, and I really think I'm going to enjoy this. So I have done all of November with just classic sized rings. It does get a little tight, but it's still completely functional and I can get to everything pretty easy. So I will stick to the classic sized rings. But like I said, if you really wanted to fully transform and plan, I would suggest getting expander rings, because each one of these would be doubled. Each one of these sections would be doubled. So it makes it really, really thick. So anyways, that is my video for today. Hopefully you got some value out of it. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Yep, that horse has horseshoes, but Spirit doesn't. And consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our future videos. If there is something that you want me to go into a little bit more detail on, please leave a comment below and I'll make another video answering your question. So anyways, thank you guys. Hopefully you have a wonderful week. Bye.